Brothers and sisters, good morning. This morning, uh, there is this issue that I want to check on this morning, the issue of liberating Africa uh, by aligning ourselves with West or East. This is a decision that was actually taken by our forefathers and parents in regard to liberating Africa. And when I reflect at that issue, I basically uh, came to a conclusion that even if we continue blaming them, but the decision they took was right. It was correct by then, and it is still correct even today when looking at the whole situation. I personally agree that to align with the West, it's a better decision in trying to liberate Africa, but with a greater focus on graduality. Because the process of liberating Africa cannot just be a once-off thing. It cannot be quick like in coup d'etats and so forth. So the best thing is to gradually do so. Because why? This issue of liberating Africa is not only, it does not end up there. You need to look beyond liberating Africa and into liberating other nations. Because there are other nations that are actually going through the same situation as Africa. So if you look at what is happening in Ukraine and what is happening in, say, Islamic world, you will realize that these people are very determined and resilient in as far as liberating themselves is concerned more than Africans. You can't compare their strength with the strength and determination of Africans. Africans are not that much uh, united and strong in 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 themselves and in the project as a whole. But if you look at these other nations, you realize that they're still struggling. They can't win against these super powers, even though some, of course, align themselves with the East, and some, of course, do align themselves with West. But outright win and freedom is not possible because superpowers are in control in every way. So, on the basis of that, I would conclude by saying that the process or the project of trying to liberate Africa is not a simple thing which one can say it can be achieved tomorrow or in the near future. It is not something that will happen in the near future, if it will ever happen. And if it happens, it will not happen like in conquering superpowers and become superpower as Africa. So the anchor of superpowers is not something that will shift into Africa. Africa has got its own uh, features and peculiarities that, if they can be clearly outlined, then they can assist Africa to actually become free from these superpowers. But it's not an easy thing, because once you become aware of yourself to a certain extent, then those who get affected will use power to destabilize you. This is basically to say they have set a standard to say, if you get educated beyond this standard, we eliminate you. But if you get educated by the West, but you remain below that set standard, then there is nothing wrong with you. You can make noise, you can do whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter. But if you grow to a point that you are about to become a threat to the West, then the West will, of course, deal with you mercilessly, because you're disturbing their project of destabilizing Africa. Because out of destabilizing Africa, that's why they get access into Africa, up to the resources of Africa. So anyone who can be educated up to that level will be eliminated. So that is why, on the basis of all this, I don't see us as Africans being able to free ourselves and Africa as a whole, except making noise. We can continue making noise. They don't worry. We make noise while they looting resources from Africa to Cairo. They don't worry, because noise cannot stop them. But if you start going above that, that's when you will be able to realize that no, these people are not. So the decision to try liberate Africa by aligning ourselves with the West is a right decision that our foreparents ever made. I thank you. My brothers and sisters, love you. Bye.